So we have several thousand pieces of costume jewelry in the shop, and we're known for jewelry and clothing all over the world. It's not unusual for our costume jewelry to go into movies. If you're watching right now, if you're watching Why Women Kill, in some of the 50s episodes, you'll see jewelry and clothing from this store. But actually, this first case is, we have the basic rhinestones. We have them set in silver, which is a pot metal, it's not sterling, and gold, and aurora borealis. And you can see at the very bottom of the shelves, there are trays and trays, more filled with costume jewelry. We have everything from just normal costume jewelry to Eisenberg originals, Weiss, Vendome, many, many different designer names. As you go to the next case, you will see early plastics. Well, they started making plastics, and by the 20s, teens and 20s, they were making plastics, jewelry out of plastic that was celluloid. And as it progressed, they went through Bakelite and Lucite. And Lucite is actually, you can see through Lucite. It's not opaque. So in this case right here, we have all types of early plastic jewelry. Some of it's as new as the 80s, but most of it is the 40s, 50s, and 60s. As you move to this case, we have literally, we do it in shades of colors because it's easier if you're putting an ensemble together to know where to go, what colors you want. So the tops are all greens, 2 greens, and the second shelf down we have some white milk glass and things like that. The bottom, the next shelf downs are grays, and we do have trays of black and grays, and then earrings on the bottom. Right now we have around 700 pair of earrings in stock in all different colors. In the next shelf over, we're going to go to the top shelf of reds and pinks, and purples, and those are the hardest colors to find besides yellow and orange, and they sell pretty quickly. On the next shelf down, we have all shades of blue. We have everything from this beautiful Juliana bracelet to Trifari butterflies, you know, just whatever you're looking for to dress up your outfit. The third shelf down is multicolor, and the great big choker in the back with multicolors is Vendome. And of course there's hundreds of pieces below that in trays. There's everything from pins and bracelets and necklaces to hundreds of earrings. Then as you go to the next cabinet over here, we actually have fall colors. We have autumns. There's all types of amber, beautiful colors. There's 3 levels of that. We have orange, as you can see. And we have 4 trays of Christmas jewelry. These are all Christmas trees. This one is Weiss. This is Art Company. This is Eisenberg, the new Eisenberg originals. Not originals, it would just be called Eisenberg Ice today.
Beautiful.
So there's everything we have a lot of jewelry for the holidays if you're interested. And then about 5 or 10 years ago, we noticed a big swing to just things that were mostly looked like gold. And anything that had a big chunky look was good. Right now, large pendants are good, you know, chunky belts, whatever that look. This particular piece is lockets, 3 lockets on a chain. So anyway, it just depends on whatever you want. Here's a tray. Many of these are designer earrings, Signer, Yves Saint Laurent, Dior, whatever. There's just all kinds of miscellaneous in that. For the last 10 or 15 years, China has been pretty slow, but we recently, during COVID, and now we see a trend happening. We're selling a lot more blue and white, with a favorite being what they call flow blue, which is a technique of actually, the blue actually, they couldn't contain the dye, so when it was created and they put it, it actually bled out into the porcelain. So anyway, this is English Flow Blue. This is turn of the century, right before the turn of the century. And anyway, it just is such a beautiful color, and you can mix this blue and white with anything. I particularly love the pitcher and bowl that I got on the East Coast. It's so hard to find a pitcher and bowl set that's complete because more often than not, one piece was broken or the other. And I've just kind of mixed American Brilliant cut glass and Waterford in here on this table as well. But isn't the color beautiful? And look at here's some historical pieces that I've added in. We have several other cabinets full of Flow Blue. We love Flow Blue here.
Beautiful.
Then over here we have mercury glass, but instead of it being silver, it's gold, which I love this. It's really beautiful to use as a decorative thing. This type of glass is called Goofus glass. It was named after the person who made it. And actually, it's clear glass and then was painted on the back, what you would call reverse painted. It was painted on the back, all the different colors, and then they would do one gold over the top of it. So anyway, you get these wonderful colors. And this is Carnival glass. And actually it gets its name from many times Carnival glass was used at carnivals for prizes. So anyway, this is really beautiful. Do you see the water lilies and the grapes and the pattern in this piece? And what they do is this glass, you can see the base of it was a soft peachy color, and they shot it with acid. I don't know exactly their chemical balance, but they shot it with acid, and it made a rainbow of colors in it, and they called it Poor Man's Tiffany. So that's beautiful. Right over here we have Civil War gowns. But this first gown, look at the two completely different plaids that they use to actually create the dress. And I just love the one behind it. That is the green and brown plaid. And it's actually, it's all decorated with a tomato red silk ribbon. Kind of a wild combination, but striking just the same. Plaids was really big in the 1860s, plaid fabrics were.
Yeah.
And they use them with a variety of designs. If you do a close-up on this one, that is the green and black plaid, you will notice the designs on the sleeves, the lower sleeve. Do you see the black and green trim? Not always colors that we would perceive as going together today. And in the back you have just a simple, this was a day dress of wool. And anyway, it's in the best condition of all of them. It has jet buttons, kind of a gray plum colored wool. We actually sell to collectors and museums, and we do sell to the movie industry. Sometimes for research, they'll buy damaged pieces from me to create patterns from. Sometimes if a gown is sturdy enough, they'll actually use it in a movie. We sell a lot of more modern clothing to the movie industry.